share the screen. Fine, no issues in yesterday's class. Okay, fine, no issues. Okay, if there is no issues, then we'll proceed. Right, so today we are going to discuss about the patching. Okay, so yesterday we just started discussing patching. What is patching, how to do the patching, we haven't discussed it. Today we are going to discuss. Okay, so like how many types of updates are there? Okay, what are the major updates in the SQL Server? Service packs. Cumulative updates are minor updates. Okay, major updates are service packs. Okay, so what are the hot fixes in the SQL Server? Hot fixes. What kind of hot fixes do you know?
QFE and GDR.
QFE and GDRs. Okay, QFE and GDRs, quick fix engineering, general distribution releases. Okay, these are the hot fixes. Right, again, patching with service pack is same as patching with cumulative update. Patching with cumulative update is same as patching with the hot fixes. There is no difference in patching a service pack and cumulative update. The process is same. Okay, everything is same. Right, so what we have to do before patching the SQL Server? Can we directly patch the SQL Server?
No, sir.
Then what we have to do? Yes. What we have to do before patching the SQL Server?
Firstly, we have to take a permission.
Very good.
The application will be stopped for a while and we should take the approval.
Very good.
And
yeah. So before initiating the patching, first we have to take the approval from the application team. Okay. So you have to send an email to the application team. We are from DBA team. We found these patches are not up to date. So we have to patch this SQL Server with this SP1, SP2, SP3, SP4, CU2, CU1, CU2, like that, whatever update it is, you have to mention the update. And it will take 1 hour to 2 hours to complete this activity. During this 1 to 2 hours, the SQL Server or the database server will be in stopped state. So please let me know when I can proceed this activity, so that they are going to reply to us. Okay, you can proceed with the, sometimes people will ask, okay, is it compulsory, do we need to patch, what if we don't patch, like these kind of questions we are going to get it. So we have to answer them with the patience. Yes, it is compulsory. If we don't patch it, we'll get the security issue, security concern. Again, it's not DBA responsibility if we are getting any issues. And also, in case if you tell like that, they are going to approve us. Once we mentioned a security word, they also won't take the risk, right? So they are going to give the approval. So they will tell you one window, okay, Saturday afternoon or Sunday. Usually 90% they will ask us to patch on weekends. Why? Because during weekends, no users will be connected, right? Usually users will be connected from Friday to Saturday if it is internal application. If it is an external application and all, users will be there 24/7, like Flipkart. Okay, 24/7 users will be connected. Amazon 24/7 users will be connected. Net banking 24/7 users. In such cases, we have a separate option like okay, high availability option. I'll tell you how to deal with those scenarios. But sometimes internal applications also will be there. For internal applications, what we have to do is we have to take proper downtime from the application owner. Okay, application owner will accept the downtime, might be Saturday or Sunday. Once they gave you the patching window, then what we have to do? Okay, we have to raise a change request, right? So in the organization, we'll have a process. In case you want to patch the SQL Server, okay, what we have to do? We have to raise a change request. Change request means simply it's a request. Okay, it's a request. You are saying that this server will be down, okay, on Sunday morning 10 to 12 p.m. Officially you're taking downtime approval. It's a process, guys. Okay, so even though customers approved, we have to raise a change request from the database side. Raising change request is not a big deal. We will have a ticketing tools in the organization. Ticketing tools, okay, Like we have different ticketing tools. Okay, the very popular ticketing tool is ServiceNow. Okay, ServiceNow, we'll call it as Snow or ServiceNow, both are same. Yes means service.
Sir, no voice.
Okay, now is it fine? Yeah. Now is it fine? Hello?
Yes, Shanmugh.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Fine, okay. Okay, right. So we'll have different ticketing tools in the organization. Okay, most of the people will use ServiceNow as a ticketing tool. ServiceNow, SNOW, Snow. S means service, NOW now. Okay, Snow. We'll call it as Snow tickets. Snow tickets means ServiceNow tickets. Okay, so this is a ticketing system. In case if any customer needs a permission on any database, he won't directly come to your workstation like, hey Sudarshan, can you please give me the read permission on this database? Or he would directly send an email to you. Might be he can send an email, but we have to ask them, please raise a request. Why? Because there should be an accountability for each and every work. Okay, so your work will be calculated in terms of tickets only. You might work from morning 9 to evening 6 a.m., 6 p.m. No one will ask you how much work you did. People will ask you how many tickets you closed. Tickets means a request. How many requests you fulfilled on the day. Okay, so each and every requirement can be done in terms of tickets only. Okay, if any request that is causing downtime needs a change request. If any request or any requirement causing downtime on the server needs a change request. Okay, that is a separate kind of ticket. We will have different types of tickets. We will have, okay, task tickets. We'll have incidents. We will have service catalog tasks, SC tasks. We'll have change tasks. Okay, these are all different kinds of tickets. Okay, so in case if you are patching a SQL server, if you're installing a SQL server, you are creating a new database which is changing your server status, needs a change request. Creating a new login, changing the server state when compared to the previous state, okay, needs a change request. You are creating a new database, changing your server state when compared to the previous state. You are patching the SQL server, changing the server state from previous state. So which is changing your server needs a change ticket. This is called change tasks or change requests. Okay, we'll call it as CRs. CR means what? Change request. Okay, so before patching, we have to raise a change request. Say for example, imagine you all are decided to patch your database server on Saturday evening 6 p.m. Customer gave you the time. Okay, you just patch it Saturday evening 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. I am going to give you the, of course, patching will be completed in an hour, but it's always good to take 1 or 2 hours extra buffer time. Why? Because if something is not working properly, if your patching is failed, okay, if you took only 1 hour to complete the window, okay, then what happened in case if the server is not coming back by 1 hour, then lot of incidents will be raised. Always it's good to have, in case if you just took approval for 2 to 3 hours, if server is back in 1 hour, appreciated. If you took only 1 hour, if the server is not coming by 1 hour, then you are in risky. Okay, so that's why, yes, patching will be completed in hardly in 1 hour, but it's always good to take 1 to 2 hours extra buffer time. Okay, so we usually request 2 to 3 hours of downtime. Okay, downtime window we are going to request. We are going to mention the change request only. We'll raise a change request. In that change request, we'll mention the server name. Okay, and user will approve, right? User approval email. We are going to attach user approval email. Okay, and we are going to mention the downtime window from when to when. Mention downtime window. Okay, approval from the DBA team. So like this, we are going to mention each and everything in the change request, and we'll have planning. How you are going to patch the SQL server. You have to, there will be a planning section. In that planning section, you have to enter your plan step by step. How you are going to patch the SQL server? Step by step, you have to write your plan. Okay, I'll connect to the server. I will restart the server before patching. Then I'll copy the service pack or cumulative update. Then I'll open the service pack file, setup file. I'll follow on-screen instructions. Like that, you have to write a step-by-step process. Once you raise the change request, what happened, you know, this change request will go to the CAB meeting, change authority board meeting. Okay, change authority board. This change request will go to the CAB meeting. In the organization, weekly, one day, either Wednesday or Thursday, depends upon the organization. Okay, people will discuss all the changes on that day. Change meetings, we are going to call it as change meetings. Okay, in the organization, every Wednesday or Thursday, we will have change meetings. In the change meetings, all the big people will be joined. Sometimes like a technology head also will be joined in the change meeting, and they are going to review your changes, not only your changes. You are simply raising a change request to patch the server. Someone may raise the change request to uninstall the SQL server. Someone may raise the change request to create a database. So lot of changes will be there from the team members, not only for SQL server, from other teams also, from Oracle team, DB2 team, whatever teams are there, all people are going to raise a change request. All the changes will be reviewed in the change meetings. Okay, once this one approved, okay, so in the change meetings, they are going to review your change. Okay, if your change looks good, if you took the proper approval, then only finally this change meeting CAB people has to approve your change. Don't think like product owners approve your change, you can patch the server. No, after product owner approval is needed only for attending into the CAB. Once you went to the CAB, once your ticket went to the CAB, again CAB people, means change authority board, has to approve this change. Once all approved, then only it's good to go. Clear? So three people has to approve your change. One is DB team. Your manager will approve this change, or team lead, or any one of your team will approve this change. Second one is anyone from the application team, you will approve this change. Okay, if both are green, finally your CAB people are going to approve this change. If three are green, then only your change will be moved to the scheduled state. Okay, scheduled state. Until then, you cannot start patch your SQL server. Okay, so this is a common process, regular process in the organization. Be prepared. You have to attend the CAB meetings, even though you have changes or not, you don't have any changes, your manager or team lead will ask you to attend the CAB meetings. In the CAB meeting, sometimes you have to represent from the DB team, like these are the changes from our team, this change will do this change will do this change will do this, like that you have to talk in the CAB meeting. Okay, so in such scenario, they will ask you to talk, they will ask you to represent all the changes from the DB team. So be prepared, nothing will be there, simply you have to explain about the change from the DB team. So sometimes those who are implementing the change, change implementer, okay, who are implementing the change, he is called change implementer. He is going to represent his change. If you are implementing the change, you are the change implementer, you have to represent your change. Once everything looks good, then they are going to approve your change. CAB people will ask you some common questions like, have you took the approval from the product owner? Yes, I took the approval, I just attached the email approval in the ticket. They will check the email approval. Okay, that was attached in the change ticket. Okay, and how much downtime you needed. Okay, is the application goes down, any impact for the business? These kind of common questions they will ask you, you have to answer with the patience. Then finally they are going to approve your change. Once they approve the change, then you can patch your SQL server. This is a process. Okay, clear? Any doubts, any issues here, please? Clear?
DBA team, application team, CAB team, and one more product team you told me, sir.
Yeah, DBA
Total
team,
4, sir.
application team or product team, both are same. Application, product,
Okay,
both
sir.
are same. Yeah. Right. Any other questions, please?
Can you tell what are the types of questions you'll get in these? Like you told all the tasks and all, right?
That's what we have discussed it, right? Like what is this change? Okay, how much downtime is needed? Okay, right. Did you take the approval from the product owner? Okay, like what is the impact on the application? If they are asking impact, then you can answer like this. Okay, we have already took approval from the application side, so they are okay for this 1 hour or 2 hours downtime. Like that, if you just responded, then they won't ask any question related to the impact. What they will ask you, some common question is there, backout plan. What if something fails? They will ask you this question. Okay, backout plan. So in the change request itself, you have to mention backout plan. What if patching has been failed? Okay, if it is successful, okay, 90% happy. Okay, what if it was failed? How you are going to roll back the change? You have to mention the backout plan also in the change ticket. Especially CAP people will be asked this one. What if this change is failed? What is your rollback plan? What is your backout plan? Then you have to answer, I am going to uninstall the patch and I'll hand over this to application team. This is the backout plan. Okay, these kind of common questions they are going to ask you in the CAP meeting. Clear? Any doubts, any issues? Okay, so let's download one service pack or cumulative update. I'll show you guys. Okay, up to SQL Server 2016 only we have service packs. Up to SQL Server 2016 only we have service pack system. Service packs and cumulative updates. We have SPs and CUs. Okay. From 2017 onwards, there is no service pack concept. SPs, service packs won't be released by Microsoft. Only CUs will be released by Microsoft. Only CUs will be released by Microsoft. Okay, so SQL Server 2017, SQL Server 2019, you have to directly download the CU and you have to patch your SQL Server with the CUs. There is no service packs. Okay, let me show you one one website related to the service packs, SQL Server builds.blogspot.com. In this website, you can clearly see whatever the updates are available for each version of SQL Server. You can see here. Okay. See, for SQL Server 2019, the latest CU is CU11. Okay, you can see this is the latest cumulative update. For SQL Server 2019, the latest cumulative update is CU11. For SQL Server 2017, the latest cumulative update is CU25, which was released on 7th July. Okay, which was released on 7th July. Let me connect to the instance once. Right, let it be. Okay. So see here, this is SQL Server 2017 and this is SQL Server 2019. Okay, this is SQL Server 2017. This is SQL Server 2019. There is a latest cumulative update for 2017, which is CU25, sorry. And for 2019, CU11. Okay, right, fine. And if you see here, SQL Server 2016. Thank you. Okay, so if you see here, this is SQL Server 2016, 2014, 2012. See here for 2012, how many service packs are there? SP1, SP2, SP3, and SP4. Okay, there are 4 service packs for 2012. And can anyone tell me how many service packs are there for 2014?
3, sir.
3 service packs are there. You can
3.
see here clearly. Yeah, it is showing the number SP1, SP2, SP3. For 2016, we have only 2 service packs as of now. 2016 is released in the year of 2016, right? So from 2016 to 2021, how many years? Almost all 5 years. No voice. Right. Am I audible? Any issues with my audio? Is it clear?
Sir, now you are audible, but sometime your voice is breaking.
Might be some network issues.
No sound.
Yeah, okay. Now it is clear, right?
Yeah, right now is clear.
Okay, that's fine. Right, okay.
Small doubt.
Yeah, you can ask.
So in 2012, SP1 is showing CU16, SP2 CU16, and SP3 CU10. Why this difference?
I'll tell you. Right, okay. Fine. Any other questions, guys? Right. Okay. So yesterday, if you remember it or not, I just open it an Excel sheet and we have discussed for RTM, we will have cumulative updates. On top of RTM, we will have cumulative updates. Okay. This is RTM cumulative update. You can see here. Okay. This is RTM table. You can see the RTM column. This is RTM latest cumulative update. On SP1, you will have a cumulative updates again. On SP2, you will have a cumulative updates again. On SP3, you will have a cumulative updates again. On SP4, again, you will have cumulative. Means SP is a major update. On top of the major update, again, you will have minor updates, right? Yesterday, we have discussed with an Excel sheet. So SP1, the minor update is CU16 as of now. For SP1, minor update is CU16 as of now. For SP2 also, minor update is CU16 only. Okay. But for SP3, up to now, as of now, only CU10 are released. Might be in the future, CU11 may come, CU12 may come, we don't know. But up to now, only CU10 is released. Okay, clear? Right? So on this, on the top of the SP3, so we have minor update. That is the latest minor update on SP3 is CU10 for SQL 2012. Right, so we have, if you see here, there are only 2 service packs for 2016 in 5 years gap. Means in case if it was released in the year of 2016 to 2021, 5 years. Still you can see only 2 service packs. Why? Means I told you, right, service packs are major updates. Might be they will release at least in a year gap. Okay, so for 5 years they released 2 service packs, means they considered, okay, at least 2 to 3 years gap for one service pack. Okay, so for 2014, any SQL server, maximum only SP4 you can see. There is no service pack more than SP4. Highest SP4 is, highest service pack is SP4 for any version of SQL server. Some versions you will have SP4 like 2012. Some versions you will have SP3 like 2014 and 2008 R2. If you see here, 2000 SP4 is there. 2005 SP4 is there. 2000 SQL server 2000 SP4 is there. So like this, these are the service pack files. In case you want to download 2012 service pack 4, okay, just click on it. It will redirect you to that particular file. You can see here Microsoft SQL Server 2012 SP4. You can click on download button in case you want to patch SQL Server 2012 with SP4. Okay, so for example, see, I told you yesterday, after patching with major updates, again you have to patch with minor updates. Sometimes it's our responsibility. So again and again we cannot take the downtime. User will give you downtime at least only once per year. Okay, so what we have to do is, imagine you have to patch SQL Server 2012. Okay, so what is the latest service pack? SP4. There is no cumulative update on top of the SP4. Imagine by that time you are patching, SP3 is only there. So what you have to do, you have to download service pack 3 and also you have to download what is the latest cumulative update on Service Pack 3. So 2 times you have to patch the server. First time you have to patch with Service Pack, then next time after successful patching with Service Pack, then you have to patch with cumulative update. 2 times at a time, 2 times you have to patch the SQL Server. One with major update, one with minor update. Same thing, same process. Process is same. The files are going to be different. That's it. Clear? Any issues?
So
any doubts?
both in both SP3 cumulative and SP we have to apply, no sir?
Yes.
So
yes.
if you go for SP4, there is no need of a CU.
Yes.
CU?
There is no CU. There
Cumulative?
is no CU. If you see here, there is no CU. Okay. So Microsoft hasn't been released any CU for this. So that's why there is no need of CU for SP4. Imagine.
So in SP4, it can be available both, sir. CU also is available in SP Pack 4.
There is no, in SP4 pack, that is the final pack. Okay. There are no updates on that Service Pack 4 as of now. Microsoft stopped releasing updates for 2012 with SP4.
Okay.
Okay. Right. If you see here, imagine you have a SQL set 2014. Customer is asking, hey, please patch my. Customer is not asking. You only found SQL set 2014 is not patched properly, or it's not up to date. So what you have to do, you have to patch the SQL Server with the latest Service Pack and latest cumulative update. Now, can anyone tell me what Service Pack and what cumulative update I have to apply on 2014? SP3 and
CU4.
CU4. That's it.
CU4.
Yeah, the latest is CU4. Okay, SP3 you have to download SP3. You have to do sometimes your team lead or manager will download the Service Packs and they will keep it inside a shared location. No need to download from your side. Sometimes managers will ask you, please download the latest Service Pack. In such case, you have to download like this. You have to simply type SQL Server builds.blogspot.com. Once you just open this website, no problem, Rian. Okay, let me give you the recording permissions. Rian, okay. Here is, yeah. Right, you can have a chance to record for 1 minute, okay? Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. So Service Pack 3, you have to open this website, builds.blogspot.com. You can open from any website, but it's very easy to check all the updates, all the Service Packs, all the cumulative updates and all. It's a third-party website, okay? But if you click on any website and it will go to the Microsoft.com site, it will simply maintain a list of all the updates with the Microsoft link. That's it. Okay, you are not downloading anything from this third-party site. This third-party site is maintaining the URL for all the Service Packs. Okay, so again, you have to keep checking from which website you are downloading the Service Pack. Don't download from third-party sites. This is Microsoft.com, right? So you can happily download the Service Pack or cumulative update. Okay, so now if you have a chance to patch your SQL Server 2014 with the latest updates, so you have to download SP3 as well. You have to download CU4. Once you just patch your SQL Server with SP3, then you have to patch your SQL Server 2014 with the CU4, SP3 CU4. Clear? Any doubts, any issues? Let me connect to my instance. So what will happen once you just patch your SQL Server? How to identify whether your SQL Server is patched or not? Can anyone tell me how to identify my SQL Server is patched or not?
We have to check it by giving queries, sir.
What query?
Select edit version.